Hi, good afternoon, good afternoon. True Blue Tie here. Tuesday afternoon. It's only early afternoon. It's only about one-ish here over in Thailand. I'm not quite sure. I think it's about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the UK. Welcome back to Thailand. So I'm directly over there, right on me. Where's it go? But it is what it is. I'm outside the back of the house, so where I live, and so we're going to have another quick chat about today's game, Manchester City game, Ferenoord from Thailand, and my thoughts. And any comments, any wants, you want to chat to me about anything? So, for instance, anything Thailand as related to you coming over here to me thinking, and I'll try to answer your questions. And frankly and open. For instance, I want one of these uh, yeah, guys who basically, for instance, always want to glamorize how wonderful it is to live in Thailand, because it has its problems as well, it has its issues, for instance, and and if you've been looking at the Laos thing, for instance, which, you cannot ignore, for instance, it's no surprise really, because the same kind of thing happened in Thailand just a couple of weeks beforehand, and it's very common to have the people selling alcohol, this wood-based alcohol, and if they don't have any ethanol, they'll put methanol in it, and methanol is basically, for instance, it will kill you, really, simple as that. And but I guess, you know, saying to people sometimes, this is Europe, this is not what's called usual holiday destination, this is Far East, this is for instance, things do things a little bit different over here than they do over there, and if you're not prepared, riding motorbike, a helmet, it may look cool, fantastic, but that yes, and could be this, keep be don't think once that, for instance, you're any better than the locals because you're clearly not. I don't know how long you've been in Thailand, who you are. You're a Falang and you think Falang, foreigner. So, for instance, yeah. Anyway, so listen, I'm not going to talk about my life in Thailand. At the moment, we're talking about Man City game, the latest coming up. Can we make it? I must say, for instance, I've listened again. For instance, I've listened to LB. We were talking about the usual stuff, except for talking to my friend from Thailand, big City fan. What's it called? Just realization, uh, with um, so listen to a couple of United podcasts there, United thing, Milan, got Slade, by the uh, other so now they're coming, uh, just come out. Yeah, that's what's I think that's not the surprise because we all knew that, but out now. And the bit was that it's just shocking, and to focus on your own clubs and moaning about Man City too much. Sorry, I just have the local wildlife hang around me. Yeah, I got the wall, which is the most important thing now. Since yeah, anyway, so but you know me, I'm True Blue. For instance, I live in Thailand, for instance, and I lived here for 3 years. But I've always my club, for instance, as I love very much, etc. I miss very much, and was here, and it was back in the I will be going tonight. Yeah, being Man City 70s, and so yeah, yeah, for instance, and I love Man City. Anyway, so I love talking about them, and as I keep saying to my friend, etc., who keeps texting me, and I keep trying to text back. I'm not a texter. I'm not. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I like to express myself, as you probably know. As if anybody sees me, you probably know, understand. I like to talk. When I'm a Rodri, I talk. Anyway, about me, this is today's game. So it's one lovely game. I've got to go to bed and wake up at the early hours in the morning. and then it ruins my day. And with chickens around, by the way, and so you hear the cock-a-doodle-doo, and for instance, so we to say that. Uh, but so so for instance, it's a 3 a.m. start for me watching this game. So for instance, City, these are the things. The reason why I've got these under my eyes is 3 a.m. in the morning. To God's sake. So yeah, so it's 3 a.m. I think it's about 8 o'clock kickoff in the UK. But yeah, for a 3 a.m. start for me. But I'll be watching. I'll get up and watch it. And for instance, and I looking for bounce back. I feel, for instance, we'll go meeting the right team at the moment. I think it's the right team at the moment because Feyenoord have got their own problems. It appears that they've got an injury crisis at the moment. Who hasn't? For instance, but they've got 9 of their players out of the 9, and they've got caps, the strike and the main out. So they're really into trouble. So City moan about really 9 out. So for instance, not doing too so bad. Not the 6th place in the BC, but 21st Champions League. For instance, they did lose this game to 3-1. For instance, and it's not, most of their wins so far eight. So, yeah. So they've got say for instance, I think the main goal scorer is Quint, and for instance, who's scored most of their Quinta Timber, who's most of their goals. Don't explain. Pay or whatever. Go. He's lost their career. So yeah, assists. But it is going to be interesting to see on a normal game, for instance, on a normal time. I would say Man City will walk this, but for it's not normal. And yesterday, for instance, in the press conference, we need to do this one game at a time. And for instance, for instance, it would be lovely to sit there and rest a few players. Was to go for the Liverpool game, but unfortunately, I think we need to go full strength, and we need to play every game, and every game, every available player for us. Because the most important thing, we need to stop the rot, and we need to stop don't go 6 out of 6. So I think we need to put on a performance tonight, etc., to get the confidence in the players, to get the heads up for the players. If we can get a big score tonight, for instance, then it will, and a clean sheet, it will go bode very well for the Liverpool coming up, which I think most people, a lot of people, I don't think. I've watched Liverpool, and they're not playing that particularly well. I know in field. I know, for instance, but I think, for instance, City can get something out of Anfield if certain go our way. But for instance, yeah. So for instance, but keeping tonight's theme, so against Manchester City against Feyenoord. So hopefully, for instance, I've put a rough who I feel after listening to Pep and listening to KDB. For instance, got a great interview by KDB as well. For instance, and but to me, I would put Feyenoord. At City of Feyenoord, I would start with Eddie. But I don't mind substitute goalkeeper, for instance, in the for instance, in the net, for instance. I don't care what's goes in, but I think because they're both just as good. I would have Akanji. I would risk Walker. I didn't see Lewis. Sorry, I didn't see Stones. I didn't see Walker in that last night's training. I did see Gould. I did see wonderful. I was really is that made team back in training. Whether it's match sharpness, I don't care. For instance, I think we should start him, but I think we need to rest Lewis and put in key goals. That's what I would go like tonight. In the middle, I'll have on the wings, I would have Jack, Savinio, coming off Spurs, but it looks like the way he was training last night, he seems to be okay. So that was good. So I'm happy to see Savinio back, for instance. But I think Jack. I don't know how Matt Sharpless is. Well, he's not a doctor. I'd rather have Jack and Savinio as my wingers. Give Bernardo a rest, and Nunes I'd have in Gundo a rest, and KD if he's fit to play. If not played today, I'd rather have Makiti. Put Makiti in, for instance, rather than if KDP is not starting. And but KDB just need to play some minutes tonight. I'm sorry, and I hope this whatever he's got. And did anybody dare to translate yesterday from Flemish to English exactly what KDB has? He says he has something called a pusit down here in his abdominal. Was it an abdominal muscle, abdominal thing? I don't know what the hell it was. Because I would love to. Why did nobody translate it? Why did not ask KDB? When they ask KDB what was wrong? It was nice to hear him. That weeks after weeks after weeks, what training not on. And well, why the hell we're not playing it? Why not playing it? Now we know why, because finally he's coming out and said it. This is where Manchester City needs to be transparent and tell us what is wrong with him. He's not we need to be more clarification on these injuries. If someone is injured, we need either a list either from the club or the web. We need to tell that the club to come out and say who's injured, who's not, and to say for instance, because I'm sick and tired of Pep going, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. I want to know more about the injuries and who's playing, who's not. We need more clarification because we can't keep on waiting for the journalist to ask who's fit and who's not. Or we wait until the training before they came on to see who was shot. Again, I've got to wait for the pan round who's happy for that team here to see, for instance, it was Doku playing. I did see I think, but Walker, and that was a bit of a shock. Not what I didn't want to see him, but I'd like to say what's wrong with Walker. So, but that was a shock. But anyway, apart from that, for instance, but to see Doku and Diaz in the starting thing yesterday, I just definitely think we should have Diaz in our because for instance, the leader should be captain, for country, be but most defense. Going back to I got Mo Foden, DB, and Akiti. Give them minute. How compare Guardiola and say give is going to give him the minute him and say and then lie to him. I think Man City are really treating him bad now. For instance, McAtee, and we've got our defense who's midfield who's combined average age is 97, for instance, and we need to start these for instance, we stick you on the bench. You play them a lot in what's called in America. You play them, for instance, in the Champions League. You champion. I don't get it. So we're playing the youth team players. And for instance, out on he's been out on what do you call it? On loan, for instance. He's been in the Premier League, so he's used to it. So I think we need. So we're playing KP. I want to play. I want to play for instance, and Ireland up front. We probably need to rest some time. So for instance, and so yeah, but yeah. We'll see on that one. So we'll go, but hopefully, for instance, the bench should be looking a little bit better as well today. For instance, whoever's got on the bench. But then again, we're saying that now. For instance, apart from Doku, and I'm struggling to find out who we've got on the bench really. Because again, we're about to 4 players out. With if Walker and Stones is out, with Bob and Rodri out, so that's 4 players. So still, it's just never ending. It really isn't. And I know players are picking up. Oh, David Bernardo Silva, for instance, players have picked up a knock, and Lewis. Yeah. So, no. I was pleased with press conference. I liked what he was saying. For instance, we've got to take it one day at a time, and I think there's a realization that, for instance, if we don't do stop the rot tonight, for instance, and we go into Liverpool, for instance, there's going to be a real clash of confidence. It was nice to hear KDB talk about the crisis. They've already had a crisis meeting, but they need a crisis meeting every day. It's like Pep already knows they need. There was this thing about getting the guys together, for instance, talking out the problems. But it appears that they already do that, and they've already had that conversation. So, again, for instance, we don't know really what goes on behind the scenes. We're only guessing. But hopefully, for instance, they can come out with a bit of vigour tonight, for instance, and put Feyenoord on the back foot, and then get a couple of goals, take the chance. Do you have a realisation, Daryl, for instance, on my news podcast has said the same thing, and what was his name? Kevin said the same thing. The 4-0 is not good, for instance, but chances they had, I think they had a chance, and they scored 4. Okay, is that not, yeah, I know City done the same thing. Sometimes the ball can go in for you and blah, blah, blah. Must go and so chances and whatever. We did have chances to so the players are not, we're not putting up our chances. Again, for instance, our, uh, uh, after, what's it called, uh, etc. I think Guardiola and then Nunes players who got goals this season. So the guys in the Premier League. So the other guys really need to give us more goals and ADB. So and Walker, Grealish. So they really do need to step up and help and help early. So for instance, it really is a team effort today from now on, and we need to show some for players, long-serving servants, and so I really need to see in the dirty for and yeah, because it's about and so we're going to stay for that level. Go since we've got a few injuries, and the players who was coming in need to step up. Pep needs to stop being so, in traditional, for instance, and start playing these players. Because we're sending these young, and we did it for the players, for the young players starting, and they're playing well. For instance, and it's breaking to see these players, and it's pretty good. But we are not placing them. We don't have to play placing the players we've got are clearly it's not turning up for us. So it is. There's a lot of issues at Manchester City at the moment. It really is. But we can actually help things tonight by getting the 3 points against Feyenoord. They've got full Someone's going it up, and I thought, so they want to put a bit of what happens. For instance, in there before Liverpool, for instance, but we definitely need to win because the next couple of games in the Champions League we got PSG as well as the so I've got to be against be I think PSG should be or should be but it is at the moment, and to win today, then go to Anfield a bit more confident, and get don't go running forward, don't go doing what we do. We haven't got the players until we get all the and then we've got a CDM back. I don't think we can play the system of the high line, etc., and play the way we normally play because players and the players we have at the moment, etc., are not performing to the standard what we expect. So but we definitely need Zubimendi. We definitely need for instance, and either both of them, in because I can, for instance, but in general, we'll have Echeverry, in as well. But yeah, we really need to step it up and white one. Yeah. Because we can't continue going down this pathway. For instance, and I do believe, for instance, all my heart to get a win without conceding, and if we are Liverpool or not, and friend his friend is a Liverpool man. He says Liverpool are not playing. Record records. I have a penny for we're playing great, and then we get a team for like Southampton, which or whatever. A team think we'll do these 4-0, 6-0, blah blah. We'll have this, and then what's it called? We scrape to win. So FIFA. This is not what's it called? Written in the if we could all do the soccer six, and on paper, yeah. But this is Premier League football, and got quiet over there. Hello. Got quite a few of them as well. Built a fence now, so to keep the wild dogs out. Hello, sir. Squirrel, chickens, dogs. Thailand. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so I don't know how you're feeling about today. I am a lot more confident. I'm a lot more CS back, etc. Will give me a lot more confidence. Today, into what KDB say, and if I see KDB on the team sheet out tonight, it'll be a little more better. Find out, etc. Into the team, with 9 players out, etc. They're not going to come over, and they're going to get. I'm sure, even though regardless, City and the way we are at the moment, I'm damn certain going to come out goals. I think it's there on me, and I think the first goal we can get a 1-0 within 15 minutes. For instance, we'll go on a cruise, have a nice time, etc., and we can then sit back and wait for Liverpool. So, but I'm a lot more confident going into the game. For instance, but to than there have been before, and overall, even though again I go back to the fact that it's not played on. It's not a FIFA game. This is not, on the cards game. I just feel, for instance, we can stop today, for instance, to get the point. Don't. How bad we lose, then, well, it's going to be a hard conversation tomorrow. But I will be watching the game at 3 a.m. For instance, I hope you're watching it wherever you are around the world. Like and subscribe. Channel, like I do this kind of every day. For instance, because quite honestly, I thought I'll do it a few times a week. This, but Man City are either A, playing a game, B, for instance, in a not about Man City, for instance, because there's never a dull day, for instance, never a day, for instance, when talk about Man City. ADP, for instance, 115, transfers, God knows. So there's always something to talk about. So, and for me, I don't want to talk too much because I can just talk here for the next. I could be like an LB, for instance, and talking 3 hours. The last thing I want is people to have listen to 3 hours because I'm sure you've got like myself. I go through other channels as well. I like myself, except so the last thing I want to listen to me for instance, for pass it on for hours. I think I did an hour's video, and I didn't realize it was an hour, and I got low views. People look at that. I'm not going to listen to you for an hour. So yeah, totally agree. So anyway, guys, loving you, Olivia. Sorry, Cap, if you come to Thailand, care of yourself. Be you come. Use this, not this here. This is your brain, not that down there, not this here. Use this. Okay, sorry, Cap, from Thailand, and we talking tomorrow with 3 points, moving up that Champions League table. More injuries. Don't want to injury and for instance, and seeing the players back with on the face. See ya, Charlie Tango Whiskey Delta. Say till I die, till we die, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Sorry, Thailand.